Oh, let me know about the buzzing I was getting, would you, Chops?
Okay, we're live, guys. So,
In that case, hi everybody.
hey, welcome to the Shades of Dominion roleplay game. And a few of the guys are fine-tuning some of their characters and their spells and their armor and whatnot, and they are just having a blast with it. So, okay, we're going to start this stream by introducing the throwing shade mechanic for you, the appreciated audience. We have, up in the top right corner, a creature card to NPC chart. Now, this is going to be the tool which will be used to harass the Shade Mages, and you can donate to my Cash App and throw enemies at them. Pick your favorite magic card, or just a card that you think would be hilarious for them to have to deal with, because we're all dicks here. And it's $2 for a common, $5 for an uncommon, $10 for a rare, and $20 for a mythic. Now, in case you couldn't already tell, these are Magic the Gathering cards. Pick your favorite creature, and we will throw it in at these Shade Mages. So that's going to be fun. We look forward to your submissions. I will be regularly checking the Cash App to see what it is you've decided to throw at these poor, unfortunate souls. And we're hoping for a lot of fun, for a lot of shenanigans, but we do have a legit campaign to be getting to. However, before we dive right headfirst into the campaign, what I wanted to do is go over. We're going to start with the lore of the Shade of Dominion itself as a setting, because this is a new game. No one has ever played this before, except for a few of the beta testers who are actually. One of them is here. Kitty is one of the first play testers for the game. We're going to start with the lore of the game, and In the Shades of Dominion begins where magic dies. Magic just completely dies. It is completely done with all of this bullshit. It says, I'm fucking off. And for a long, long time, the multiverse, the realms, as it is called in the Shades of Dominion, has gone without any magical force that they can perceive for at least 100 years. And then slowly and surely they realize that there is another force that is emerging, and they have called it the Shade. And they don't call it magic. They know better than to call it magic. Magic was wonderful. It was limitless. The potential was beyond anything you could imagine. The Shade is most definitely finite. And not only is the Shade finite, it is the lifeblood of every living thing in the known multiverse, or the known realms. And when Shade Mages were discovered, it was a very traumatic event, because the Shade Mages pulling the Shade from the realms slowly and surely killed the realms that they were on and pulling the Shade from. And that is what a Shade Mage is, and that is what these lovely players are going to be role-playing as. The Destroyers of Worlds. And so that brings us to the current scenario. Now, when a Shade Mage is created, they did so by approaching what is known as a Shade Portal. Now, in our low shade environment, our low shade world, as you would call it, a Shade Portal would look something remarkably similar to a wormhole, a black hole, a Narnian closet, if you will, a Narnian wardrobe, something that takes you to another place. And what these Shade Mages have done is they've stepped into this place and said, and they've brought an object called their Shade Vessel and said, I want more. And that's what a Shade Mage is. It is an act of hubris to step into the Shade and become one with it, and to partake in it. So, with that in mind, all of these shade mages have made the error, or the need, as it were, to step through another shade portal. And they've all landed up on an entirely different world that none of them intended to land on. And this is not exactly unheard of. The shade will do this to you. Because the shade is now sent. It is magic gone voracious and barbed and sentient. The shade is aware that it's being used, and it knows how to use others. So, with that brief introduction, before we start the campaign, because we're still tweaking characters and whatnot, we're going to show you some art courtesy of the Shades of Dominion fandom. Let's see here. What do we want to pull up first? This is courtesy of Stryker. I don't know exactly what that is, but it looks amazing. So this is fan art for Shades of Dominion. This was actually submitted into the Discord today. So all of this. So how is everyone? As we're showing off the art here. Hello?
I'm set. Sorry. I didn't realize you're talking to us.
Yes.
Sorry, I was juggling through Windows. Sorry.
I can feel you. So, okay, so we have with us Kitty, who is one of the first playtesters for the game. Introduce yourself, Kitty.
Meow, I'm Kitty. I'm the original of the Dark Shade Mages, and I'm coming back with more of my darkness. I'm ready to try and take on death this time instead of some weird fucking emo dweeb. Probably still emo to some of you. Oh well.
Can
the
confirm.
character in which I'm trying to play is mostly driven by death. He looks like death. He's trying to worship death. So I'm sure most of you think I'm just some fucking edgelord. Oh well, so be it. I'm also a content creator trying to stream at the same pace as Cardinal on my own content. So both groups can see everything roughly at the same pace. Forgive me if I'm a little slow on my end, guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. All right, and next we have Ardent.
Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight?
How goes it, sir?
Well, it could be worse, but then it could always be worse.
Yes.
I could be streaming with the Sultans and getting black belt.
Oh my gosh. They're not that bad. Surely.
Yeah, there's a reason that the catchphrase for the Sultans podcast is, but wait, it gets worse.
Now, I'm actually at a disadvantage. Oh, there it is. Huh. I'm actually at a disadvantage here because I normally watch my streams, but for some odd reason, despite... Alright, go to channel, community. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, There we go. Okay. Oh, okay, so I can finally see the live chat.
Yay.
I am being told that there is a major difference between a wormhole and the other that you had mentioned.
Of course there is. But
Wormhole and black hole, yeah.
the shade doesn't care. that is my position on it.
Yes, we know that. Wait, hold on. How much of it's being shown?
And good evening, Swiss Miz and Violence is Life. It's good to see y'all here. I hope that y'all are invested in throwing some shade at these mages. They will deserve it. I assure you. And this is some art that was commissioned by a fan, and it is amazing what they've been. This was actually commissioned by a fan, and the artist is somewhere in the Philippines. But it is. This is gorgeous art. Let's do some more here. Resize it for you. There we go. And the character there is Jebediah, a purity mage, and Skelegor, a blue and black mage, which is pretty awesome. And after Skelegor, we have... Now, who can guess what this is? For those of you in the live stream. So, this piece right here was made from 2 characters that was made by some of our playtesters. The one on top is Zucky the Mouse being fought off by Captain Texas. And yes, these were characters made by our playtesters, and it was...
Captain Texas.
Yes.
There is a Captain Newfoundland as well, so that should be an interesting combination.
And this last one is the Yaniv. Now, the Yaniv, for those of you interested in Shades lore, yes, the
I will
Yaniv...
very carefully hold my silence.
The Yaniv are an abomination, a punishment by the Shade, because a bunch of Shade mages said, hey, we want our Shade vessels to be interlinked and intertwined and similar. And the Shade vessel to the Shade is supposed to be a representation of your personality, a unique bond to that particular Shade mage. So when these Shade mages decided to unify their Shade vessels into, shall we say, cooperative Shade vessels, holy shit, the sex bots, Ardent, get on that shit. Good lord. I'm gonna have to step in chat. Goodness gracious, that is atrocious. Ugh. My gosh.
You guys having fun over there?
Oh yeah, we're just having all the fun. I'm gonna have to step in chat. Goodness gracious, that is atrocious. Yeah, thank you, Art. That was epic. Well done. So, back to the topic at hand. Back from the attack of this. Holy shit!
Sorry, I would
that
have
was
responded, but I was busy kicking
astounding.
bot ass.
Like how much they wanted to spam that.
I got it.
Is it always that bad for other streamers? Because I'm still a relatively small channel. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
that was terrible.
Big time now, buddy. We
Okay,
both get
that
sex
was
bots.
epic. Anyways, back to the Shades of Dominion. So, these Shade mages decided that they're going to make turn their Shade vessels into identical cooperative Shade vessels, and that they were going to share one another's aspects, one another's talents, one another's spells. And they were capable of doing it until the Shade decided, Yeah, I'm going to turn all of you into mannish disfigurations of each other. So each Yaniv is a hodgepodge of one another, and they're all grotesque, they're all mannish, they're all disgusting, and all of them suffer from a dysmorphic delusion. For example, if you think, for example, well, one of the Yaniv, the example given in the book is that they will, one of them decides that, well, the example is the Shade Mage looks at the Yaniv and says, "Oh, you look like a goat." Echo. There's an delusion. For example, is there echo now? I'm sorry, are we still having... Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. I think we're done with the boomerisms. I think we're good. Okay. My bad, folks. My bad. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, all right. I'm glad to hear that it's gone now. I apologize for that. All right, so as we were saying, the Yaniv looked like a goat, and the Shade Mage tells the Yaniv that they look like a goat, knowing that it has to appease the Yaniv's dysmorphic delusion. Unfortunately, that was the incorrect answer, as the correct answer was in fact the Guardian of Mephistopheles, for which the Shade Mage had his entrails pulled out of him. Very gruesome. These are not nice creatures. Now, the true evil of the Yaniv is that whenever they appear on a realm, they siphon the realm for all of the shade vessels in their collective at the same time. So very, very, very bad guys. Very bad guys. You do not want to encounter a Yaniv. Each Yaniv in the collective is as strong as one another, and they are amplified when they all... the more Yaniv there are in the collective, the stronger each of them get. So, finding a Yaniv is, it means a bad time. But it's good memory. It's good memory. Anyway, so back to the actual play of the game. All right, so is everyone ready?
Nevada, the person who was just talking was the creator of the game. He is the...
Hello? Hello?
Ready when you guys are.
I'm ready, guys.
All right, cool.
And I will, by the way.
All right, I think we're good then.
Copying some information onto an actual physical sheet because I like to boomer.
Okay, I can't hear anyone. Is everything all right?
So,
Can you hear me
What
now?
is going on here?
because I know we
Can you
all
hear me now?
each other.
Hello?
Testing 1 2. Testing
All right,
1 2.
I'm very confused.
Testes. 1, 2,
Um,
3.
I cannot hear Patriot. We can hear you. We all can. Disconnect.
Can you hear me now?
So... Yeah, Patriot, make sure you're not muted.
Are you still struggling to hear me?
I'm unmuted now.
Okay, so... Kitty, can you talk?
Yes, I am present. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hopefully this isn't too much. The shade got him.
Shouldn't have mentioned the Yaniv.
Just slap
Hello?
Patriots
Wait,
Arcade
you
stick
can hear
and he'll be
me.
fine.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's actually that was actually pretty funny. Good lord.
Okay, since you can hear me, I'm going to mute again.
Okay, here's the weird thing is I'm getting desktop audio, meaning that there's audio coming from somewhere. Okay, Ardent, Banhammer, the sex bots again.
No, they want to be smashed.
Good
You stab
lord.
'em. You stab 'em.
Why?
Wait, no, they want that too.
Why the sex bots? Why? Yeah, just go ahead and ban them. Yeah, you can ban them, right? I'm hoping.
No, what you're gonna well, you can, but they're gonna keep coming because they just do. What you're gonna want to have to do is you're
Yeah,
gonna have
this
to
is an
go in.
action-packed intro. It most certainly is.
What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have to go in and you're gonna have to ban phrases and certain things that only sex boxes
To
will
be
use.
honest, no, I don't think I could hear you, but that doesn't mean you weren't talking.
Can you hear me now? Hello, hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm guessing
it
you're
seems
going to
it's
have to
not
ban
coming
specific
through.
phrases from your end.
You know, that's the weird thing
Testing 1, 2.
is...
Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you, Patriot. Can you
There
hear me?
are Fireplace and Rain ASMR ambience live streams that get bot spammed. That
I can hear
is
you. I
just
just think
gross.
that Shade
That is
Master can
just
hear me.
damn gross.
Can Shade hear all of us,
Now,
or is he still off on his own?
Let's find out. Chops, can you
all
hear
right,
me?
try it now.
Testing.
Testing 1, 2. Can anyone
We all can hear you. We can hear each other. He just can't hear us, and that's where our problems come
That
in.
is so bizarre because what's weird is I'm getting like
Seemed like he could hear
desktop
me a minute
audio
ago.
from my on my OBS. It shows that
Okay.
there is desktop audio coming from somewhere, but it's not telling me from where. Okay.
Everybody hear
Oh,
me okay?
reconnect Chops. Okay. Let me disconnect. Da-da-dum.
Okay.
Hello?
He's back. Can hear us. Chops.
Hello? Mute. Now we see you deaf.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Man,
still going better than whenever I do mine?
we were doing.
Hello?
We were doing so great up until like 5 minutes ago.
Okay,
It
Kitty,
started
would
off
you do
really
me a
well.
favor and kill your stream for a sec?
Yeah. All right, Nevada. We'll be back in just a minute.
Because holy cow.
Okay. My stream has ended.
Da-da-dum. Okay, this is wigging me out. Mm. Da-da-dum. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear any of you. This is
Testing 1,
bizarre.
2. Testing 1, 2.
Okay, let's try that again. Can you hear me at all?
Hello? Nope. Yeah, I'm not hearing anyone. And this is really weird. Try all output.
Okay, I'm good. Mute again, so I can.
Okay,
Mutter to
yeah,
myself
it's
while I'm
my
filling out paper.
headset. It's... God damn it.
Did you push the
Okay.
wrong button on your headset?
Okay, hang on, folks. We're having technical difficulties, and I don't know how...
Ow.
Okay,
Muted.
okay. I found it. I found it. It was my fault. I'm an idiot.
Oh, we know it was your fault.
It's fixed.
God damn. Fucking
Man,
hell.
you wanted to start on time and everything.
I
You spent
did.
20 minutes fixing it.
Good lord.
Okay, I'm hearing a little bit of echo now, but I think it's because we're all chattering.
Yeah, but I think I can fix that
I'll mute
bullshit.
while I'm finishing pages.
Okay. So, you the players... Good lord. Oh, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the official game. Starting right now is the Death Gate cycle. We come with the players strewn across a rocky and sandy beach, a storm-tossed island, except instead of an ocean, they all stand over an abyss, a cliff, as it were. And moving inland, there's an entrance to a cave. All of the air surrounding them is in maelstrom, lightning, billowing clouds. Yet, very little rain with thick fog is surrounding our players. And they meet one another, dazed and confused, as the shade portals snap closed behind them. Now, all of you, give me perception rolls. This will be the first roll of the game. It will be a 3d6 plus your perception skill score. Do I like the idea of musket-wielding Vikings?
Who doesn't?
You know what? As much as musket-wielding is cool, the glory of the Viking is hand-to-hand combat. I have to confess. For some odd
Ace,
reason.
do you want my number?
Yeah, just go ahead and put, it's going to be, you're going to put exclamation point roll 3d6
Oh,
plus your perception skill score in the chat box for this voice channel. That next to this VC, you should see a comment tab in the top right. Go ahead and open that. You will see people yelling at me whether or not I can hear them. That's how you know you're in the right place. And just put in the command exclamation roll space 3d6 space plus your perception skill. And I'm going to need those. Okay, so we have Ardent Party and Kitty and Patriot. Okay, so
I
Kitty...
see all and I know all.
Yes. So Kitty and Ardent, both of you see throughout the entire span of the entire sky and the horizon giant ripples moving up and down the entire sky through the thick fog. Make of this what you will. But what you're able to gather from your observations is that you are in the center of something that is gigantic. And you see that through the clouds, there are large rippling swaths rather than what you would normally consider to be natural cloud movement. So something's up there. Now, how do you... What do all of you do as you are cast on this rocky precipice, as it were, with only one entrance into a cave. You have no idea what it does or where it leads to. Talk amongst yourselves. Go ahead and get introductions out of the way.
I'm just gonna sit and wait until everyone else has had their chance.
I turn and look over my new companions and say, "Greetings. My name is Bonum Satis. I am a curate of the Ordo Clype Lucis. And what in the name of all that is holy just happened?"
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but can you speak in fucking English, please? What
My
the
name
hell is
is
your
Bonum
name?
Satis, and I am a curate of the Ordo Clype Lucis. You can call me Bonum.
I'm gonna call you Face. You can just do your thing. I am sorry. I am not going to repeat any of that.
Bonum will do.
You holy dweeb. Who's this other dude here?
you guys seem very argumentative.
I'm not argumentative. You're argumentative.
Sure, you're holy
Anyway,
then.
I'm just I'm worried that there might be something up in that sky. Maybe we should head on over to that cave. But yeah, I'll introduce myself in a moment.
Hmm.
Well,
I
all
don't
right.
know. It might be interesting to see if something comes out of it. Something good, maybe. Something
keep-
exciting.
My character's keeping one eye on the sky, one eye on my new companions, and hopefully I've got a third eye I can keep looking at that cave.
I'm gonna walk a little bit over to the cave and keep a little bit of distance.
Okay, so we are walking towards the cave with fear and trembling. Well done. So, you enter the cave, or no, you don't enter the cave. Well, what are y'all doing with the cave exactly? Because, yeah, are y'all
I'm
just
headed over to the cave. I'm making
okay?
my way to the cave, but cautiously and keep my eyes on these two.
Okay,
Same.
all right. As y'all are cautiously approaching the cave area, um, you hear a slight sobbing noise. Now, you're a little confused because while it's sobbing, it's a little how can we say this? Rough. If you could have gruff sobbing, this is what it sounds like. It's a very bizarre sound. No one like it is the definition, the quintessential ugly cry that you are hearing from this who knows whatever this is beyond the opening of this cave mouth. But that's what y'all hear as you're approaching this cave.
Okay. I would like to start drawing some shade.
All right. Are we sipping? Are we siphoning? Are we what is it exactly that we are doing with the shade at this time?
Right now, I'm getting myself prepared for spell casting in case it is needed. Otherwise, preparing myself with some extra mana.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you are going to um okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take down your shade vessel from full to +2. You're going to knock down your sip level. And then you're going to roll, I believe, since you are a 5 corruption mage, 5d6, uh, and you're going to put T2, as in every result that is 2 and over is going to be uh, is going to be your stain roll. So now this is going to be a full action, correct?
Um, Sure, might as well.
Okay, so as a full action, you don't have to roll for sip. You just automatically um, take in whatever you need to generate your shade. Now, if you were in combat, it would be a half action, and you would have to roll to see if you actually stain any shade. So, as a full action, you just sip and stain, and you are going to roll 5d6 and show us your results. Show us what you get.
52211. They're sitting on throwing shade call chat.
No, no, no. No, do it in the um the room that we're in the throwing shade chat.
Yeah, it's where I just put it. It should be the last thing. You could see me struggling 3 times, so I've actually gotten it done. I literally did it on stream in the call chat, just struggling.
Oh wow.
I've got a 5, a 2, a 2, a 1, and a 1.
Oh, got it. Okay. So you successfully pulled 3 stain shade. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh wow, that was special. I am in awe at this. Anyways, so so you pull 3 stained shade, you have 2 unstained shade for use as well. All right, that is your turn. Next, let's go with Patriot.
Well, if I see this guy doing that, I'm not gonna sit around here and let him catch me unaware. So I'm gonna do the same thing.
All right, so full action, just prepping the shade, knock off the sip level, and stain your roll. Okay, so you have 4 stained shade and 1 unstained. So go ahead and mark that on your sheet. And Ardent, are you just stoically waiting?
No, I ready my
Where on the
glaive. I
You-
ready my glaive. Look at the other two and go sinners, and head into the cave.
Yes. So you're actually the first to step into the cave.
Yes,
Wonderful. So
not
you,
really.
well, I'm just
Good for
glad.
you, I'm sure.
I'm just glad we got the story rolling. You see a massive and sobbing female dwarf just crying into her hands. She is inconsolable.
I stop well out of her reach and approach very slowly, saying, "Hello, lady. Do you need aid?"
Wait, but what are you? Like she is genuinely shocked to see you. She doesn't know what you're doing here. In
I'm a
fact,
friend, if you would have one.
um, uh, uh, yes. Um, I, I, uh, I need you to, do you know how to kill a god?
Not yet.
She looks very heartbroken at this news. Like she is literally at her wit's end. Like you can tell that she is frazzled and broken. And she is not happy.
I kind of laugh at the holy man at the fact that he said that he does not yet know how to kill a god.
Chaos world.
Well,
Run, boys,
I only just
females.
left the monastery, guys. Give me a break.
Oh,
You're a holy man. You should be worshipping these things. I want
You
to kill
will, you will call me Sir Noob or not.
okay, and
Okay.
this.
Before you go on, Colonel,
Okay.
how physically imposing is this person compared to the average human?
Well, given that she is a dwarf with a full beard,
I just
Okay.
figured.
she
I
is
may be.
she is slightly shorter than average as per dwarf and thick.
Okay. I hunkered down a little closer to her so as to present less of a threatening figure.
She is very confused at this. She is used to all the shorter men in her life just trying to stand as tall as they can. So, she is very flustered. I need help. We need to get rid of these get rid of these gods. They're running us dry.
Which gods do you speak of?
The glowing ones. It's my poor Limbeck. And she just mutters the name Limbeck over and over and over again. Now, mind you, is everyone in the cave at this point?
Yeah, I think we all kind of followed him, or at least this is what I understood when you said we are moving into the cave.
Okay.
I am just gonna say, outside of character and sort of metagaming, I am so glad that this is the world we're taking place on. Oh, dude, I forgot so much of this. I am so happy.
Just as an aside, just in insider baseball, the Deathgate Cycle is an old Dragonlance D&D setting written by Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss. It was one of the original point and click computer games based on this novel series. It is a fantastic world, and if you're interested in Magic the Gathering, the idea for the Shards of Alara setting is based on the Deathgate Cycle. And the Deathgate Cycle was far superior in its, shall we say, intellectual and creative acumen. So that's the world that we're playing in, and it is a phenomenal setting. So I'm just checking the Cash App, and no one has donated yet because they're being merciful. I don't know. So, anyways, we will continue. She is just muttering the name Limbeck over and over and over again.
Okay, I'll look around past her.
Oh, and by the way, Patriot, the sheet where you mark SIP is at the bottom of your shade chart.
No kingdom. I don't think she's a dwarf tomboy.
No, she is the whole other term I can't use on
I
YouTube.
mean, look, tomboy, dwarf, tomboy, dwarf. Think about this, sir. Anyways, I will not insult chat. But yes, tomboy is like the dwarven default. If I had to make any guesses, so what you have is a sobbing dwarf, a sobbing female dwarf who's doing the ugly gruff crying, and she has just asked you if you know how to kill gods.
Oh.
And okay, but before anyone decides to interject, give me perception rolls for the cave. Let me know what you see in it.
I was just about to ask if I could cast light, but okay, we'll do that then.
You could do, yeah, absolutely. You can get a bonus. I'll allow it.
Wouldn't that give everyone a bonus, or is that only him?
That would
Depends.
be everybody. It lights up the area.
It depends on how well you
much
role play it.
I want to add into this. How
Okay.
do I add into my skill check? Was that Stain Shade or Unstained Shade?
It's Stain Shade.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, I'll hold off.
Yeah, and yes, Kitty is right.
I think I did okay.
Okay.
How do you get? That's a high score.
I have a quick question, kind of like
I have
a
a
game
very
rules
high
question.
perception.
If I summon a creature, like, is there a how long does it last? Do I need to worry that it's gonna go away, or like should I save it for later, or should I, or is it okay to summon something earlier? Or am I better off just chilling?
You're better
Okay.
off saving it for later because it is mostly used for combat and it is a spell. It'll use up the spell slot in which you use to cast that creature.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, unless you have made an actual champion, all of your shade summons dissipate after the combat encounter. Now
Okay.
I'm not gonna be a dick and say, oh, the combat encounter lasted 10 rounds, your shade summon's gone. That's not how it works. It is a magical being, it is a shade being. It's gonna last as long as you need it. But as soon as that need is over, it's gone. Unless you make a champion, which is a companion. In fact, one of the builds I was contemplating is an Aether Mage where their companion, their champion, is a doppelganger. So it just more shenanigans that you can do in Shades of Dominion. Anyways, so we have rolls from Ardent and Kitty. Ardent rolled a 31, and Kitty rolled a 23.
Wait, but he used 5d6.
No, I rolled as well.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
was it only supposed to be 3?
Yes, that is a
Yeah.
3d6, sir. So roll
Oh,
your
I'm sorry.
3d6.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. No, 5 is only used for the shade. 3 is for any skill.
Yes, that is correct.
You could also pay using your stained shade to improve it.
It was a little worse.
Oh, just a little. Okay, so 3d6 plus 10. Yeah. So you rolled an 18. Kitty rolled a 23. And so you already rolled. Just roll up a bit.
Oh, he had 24.
He had 24. Okay, nice. So 24, 23, and 18. Okay, so the one holding the light blinds himself in the eye.
I'm new at this. Leave me alone.
I am just
Oh,
dying laughing at this holy man.
the poor holy
Your
man.
light has been very helpful, friend.
The holy man blinds himself in the eye with his brilliant. Well, now tell us, Arden, where is the light coming from? Pray tell.
Dear, oh dear. Do I have to choose an object, or
His eye.
Now, did you cast a spell? Did you use an enchanted artifact? How did you light up the room?
it
I
would have been
want
a
to know.
spell?
Oh, okay. So you cast, you reach out your hand, cast the spell light, and you just brass balls looked right at the palm of your hand, and you couldn't see jack shit.
Great. I'm playing CS:GO and I just flashed myself.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and that's being unfair. A roll of 18 is still a good roll. Most skill checks pass at 10 or 15, and shade mages are incredibly skilled. So, however, compared to the rest of the shade mages here, you did not roll so well because, as we said, you're near the point of exposure. What most of you what everyone sees is you would expect the cave to just keep going deeper into a single line down into wherever the destination was. This cave does not do this. Jare, the female dwarf that is crying, is slumped against the wall, and against the wall it just tees. It goes left and right. It doesn't go straight back. And you can see sconces, you can see lights. I don't know why Ardent decided to use the light spell. It was perfectly lit. But still, we will we will go with the comedy. The monk just said, "Let there be light," and so there was light. But it did enhance.
Yes, Sir Noob.
But it,
scourge of everyone else's sight.
but it did enhance for the other members the etching of the runes on the walls. Both Kitty and Patriot are able to make out dwarvish runes running across the trim and on the baseboards, or where the baseboards would be, of the stonework and the masonry of this cave system network. And so you realize that you are in a place of civilization. This is a place where people live. This is a place where people are active in community. And so, y'all are taking this in. You also, who rolled highest?
Not me.
I think I did.
Yeah, so Patriot, you also hear heavy boots coming from the hall down on the right side of the front, facing the entrance. To the right side, you hear heavy boots chomping and marching towards the party.
I'm gonna take a quick second. Oh, I want to ask outside the. I don't know if this is something I'd be able to observe, but can I see how tall the cave is? Is it like short? Is it tall? It's the kind of place I might be able to use flight in the future, or should I not even bother?
Okay. No, well, no. You rolled well, so you're entitled to the information. The cave system itself is grandiose for a dwarf, which means it's about 10, 15 feet tall, within that ballpark range. So, normal for a human, but as we said, grandiose for a dwarf.
Flight's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say to everybody, since I'm hearing the footfalls, I'm just going to say to everyone, it sounds like we may have some friends coming on. What was that? The right side, you said?
Yes.
Sounds like we may have some friends on the right.
I take my scythe over my shoulder and happily charge towards the right.
All right, and we have a Leroy Jenkins going down the right hand of the hall, and Ardent, it is your turn.
So wait, I just witnessed him run screaming down the right turn.
After being
Not quite.
after being informed that there was marching feet approaching them from down that hall.
I'm being cryptic. I said it sounds like we might have some friends on the right.
And I just happily just start parading my way down there with my scythe over my shoulder. Just, let's do this. I'm happy. Let's go.
Okay, so is your character in an aggressive stance, or are you kind of just sauntering down the?
I'm in a more positive mood. I see this as a time to have a party. I'm getting giddy. You can see me just like 50s style cinematics. Man, this is
Okay.
a great day.
He is unironically skipping.
Yeah.
Well, what was the dwarf girl's name again?
Her name was Jare.
Jare. So I say to Jare, will you be all right here, or would you like to accompany us?
They're coming for Limbeck. They're coming for Limbeck.
Where is Limbeck?
Oh, she just gets up and stands behind you.
Hides behind me, or
Yes, she is unironically hiding behind you.
mostly?
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
As,
I'll let her stay back there.
as well as a thick dwarf can hide.
Okay, I'll let her stay back there, and I'll slowly follow along behind. What was your character's name again?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Seth. In game.
Seth. Okay. Yeah, I'll.
I've yet to expose that to anyone, but that is my character's name.
Oh, okay. I'll carefully wander along behind Seth with. I'll strap my glaive onto my back, and I'll just draw my dagger. Limber out my shield.
Okay. All right. So, you know, guys, I just found out why I pulled up the PDF to the game, and it's for this reason. So,
Okay.
so in the game, so in the PDF rulebook, there are automated tables for the for certain races, for certain templates, and here we have the template for the dwarvish soldier. And how these tables work is you can randomize your enemies on the spot. So, for example, all dwarves have stone skin, meaning any attack made against them hits a stone skin on a 4+. So attacking them is rather difficult, but you have the weapons table, you have the attack and defense of those weapons, and so we're going to auto-generate all three of your opponents right now. So let's do the rolls. We're just going to do 3 quick rolls. 1d6. All right, so we have a 2. A 6, and a 4. Now, what that means is that all 3 of these dwarves have a war pick. The attack of weapon of that weapon is perception, and the defense is also perception. So our players are going to be rolling against perception when defending against these attacks. And the dwarves receive a skill bonus of +2 for every attack. So that's where we're going to go. All right, so who's ready? We are
Do
rolling
we have
combat.
initiative rolls?
We did not have initiative rolls, but they're seeing a very flamboyant, skinny guy skipping towards them. They're attacking.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
They are not asking any questions. You are strangers and they're here on business. So, just straight up, they are going to take aggressive measures. So, now that we have our stats all squared away, and we are just going to get in the
Well,
thick of it, shall we?
Uh,
Yes. So,
Good job, Leroy.
dwarf number 1 attacks Leroy with a 10. Leroy, give me... Your name's officially Leroy, by the way.
Hey, I was gonna say something. Can I try to help save this guy by playing an unchanneled spell on him?
I decide no.
Okay.
I want this to happen. This is what I
All
live
right.
for.
Good. I'm just gonna watch.
All right, just... Did you really roll a 7?
I rolled a 7.
What
Dear
is your
God.
What is your perception bonus?
+10.
What?
That's +10.
Oh,
My
so it's
perception bonus?
17.
Okay, yeah.
It's a 17 total. Okay, you do know that you can add a space and add your skill bonus, right?
Yeah.
So I don't look
Yeah.
at this in absolute horror. Okay, so he loses his attack roll. Now you have the option of counterattacking.
Yes. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna do 3d6 again.
Yeah, 3d6 plus your skill bonus for the skill of your weapon. Go ahead.
Right. Real quick. Does my scythe have death touch due to me myself having Reaper's Tap, or do I have to use my hand for that ability?
No, Reaper's Touch is your combat ability. It has nothing to do with touch itself. It's combat.
So I could do my scythe and have that Reaper's Tap triggered. That's what I needed to know.
Correct.
Cool. So Which one's higher? Okay, cool. I'll be using my scythe. My attack is going to be streetwise. My defense on it is going to be bluff.
Okay.
So
Make your attack.
roll 3d6 plus 10. Plus 10. I did that wrong. There we go. 22.
Oh, he rolled a 16. He failed. So he's going to. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Forgive my dog behind me.
It's
Uh,
okay if you
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
been bothered by me chewing and burping. It
Oh.
probably won't matter.
Oh, mercy. You just you critted the dwarf. Now let me do a d6. Oh, mother.
We're still getting used to the system. Forgive us, you guys.
And stone
Okay, so we-
skin. So as your scythe falls down upon the dwarf, you realize that it doesn't, that as it cuts even through the armor of this dwarf, it stops right on the top of his flesh and doesn't budge as he
Okay.
knocks your scythe completely to the side.
Right.
It's a dwarf. You're gonna have trouble.
Okay, but does Reaper's Tap not trigger regardless?
You know what? You're actually no. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me.
Because I succeeded on the attack roll, I would imagine that would mean that damage is going to happen regardless of what the value is. Reaper's Tap will still trigger.
No. Stone skin is a trait that activates when they're successfully attacked and allows them to shrug off the damage from the attack. Every time a
Right.
dwarf would take damage from a non-shade source. Oh, never mind. That is a shade source. So, he gets no stone skin save. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
You have a Reaper's Tap scythe, and okay, so here's what's going to happen. His stone skin actually activates and stops your blade. However, the blade and its shade seeps into his skin and begins to necrotically eat at his flesh. So, and he takes the full 6 damage, and you can see the necrotic black veins shoot down from his arms all the way, and you can see his veins and muscles bulge down his legs as his knees buckle and he falls to the floor.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes.
Cackling.
Sinner.
We took down you took down the dwarf, and he technically didn't even get a scratch, but you still hurt him. Now let me do a little checky check, because that was that was rather stupendous. Where did I close the PDF? Why would I do that? I did an oopsie. Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay. We're back in business.
There's only 2 of them left, Chaos Room. They can't phalanx now.
Yeah, no. You cannot phalanx with the 2 dwarf squad, my friend. There's no. Even if they had tower shields, which they don't, they have pickaxes.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Actually, the correct verbiage for that song is
Excuse
my
me.
ho, it's off to work she go. Now, okay, so the dwarves see their comrade fall to the floor, and the other 2 are going to decide to test their courage, is what we're going to do. 3d6 plus
Sorry about that. I
2.
was coughing. Coughing and laughing so hard, I accidentally disconnected.
And you know what? They actually succeed. They're very brave dwarven soldiers. They have a duty to fulfill, and they will redouble. And the next one decides to avenge his fallen comrade.
Leroy Jenkins.
And rolls an 11 at
Okay, right.
now hang on. You did just attack, correct?
I counterattacked, yes.
Okay, so counter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that counterattacking exhausts you still.
Double check with it real quick, just to be certain.
Okay, yeah, we'll double check that.
And I got a 22.
Yeah, that's if you're allowed. Don't get ahead of me. Okay,
Oh no,
Control
I'm
F.
just rolling. So that way you're aware in case.
Mhm. Mhm. All right, counterattacking. Okay, so do.
Punch him in the balls, Arden says.
Actually, no. Only making a primary attack will exhaust you. So, okay, you are in the clear. The defender may use their reaction to make a counterattack with their weapon. So you use your reaction, and that
Right.
does not exhaust you. Now, however, taking a wound in combat will always exhaust you regardless of which step you're in. So that was my confusion. I apologize. So, okay. You successfully parry his attack. And as Ardent Party says, punch him in the balls.
I was talking to the
Wait,
dwarf.
hold on. I can't attack though. That's a problem.
That's
I would gladly punch him in the balls, but it would cause him to lose a wound.
yes, and you already used your reaction.
Yeah.
So next person in line, I believe the marching order is Patriot and then Ardent, who has the crying dwarf hiding behind him. The thick hiding dwarf.
Why do you keep emphasizing thick?
I don't know.
It has to do with an old friend of ours. He is reminiscing
okay.
on the olden days.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess my guess let me break character to ask a rules question really quickly.
Go ahead.
Got the this big contraption, and it has an ability where I can exhaust it. It's a summon that I can summon, and it has an ability where I can exhaust it to deal 1 damage to any target.
Correct.
Does that against the would that be effective against the dwarf with stone skin, or would that is that not maybe the best choice?
Actually, to be honest, Stone Skin is horrible against shade mages. So if you were to make a shade summon and it fired a volley at the dwarf, it would count as a shade source. So, yes, it would go through his Stone Skin.
Okay, and my other question is, I have to try to steal my first attack from behind. So I'm wondering, is there any way I can try to sneak around and flank these guys, or trying to think, what's the way I'm going to do that here?
Okay, all right. So what you've brought up is a shade affliction where all of your attacks must come from your first attack must come from behind. You don't necessarily have to abide that shade affliction. There will simply be consequences if you don't. Now, adjusting to your shade afflictions is part of this game. So I'm guessing that you have invisibility spells in your repertoire.
Yes, I do. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
So, from the Shade Master to Shade Mage, I would advise you have an ability to go invisible until the end of turn. You still, and that is an unchanneled spell, correct?
Let me check. I think so.
Okay, so as your free action, you're invisible until the end of your turn. So you can go invisible and go your full movement, which should be pretty substantial given given your stats, and be able to appear behind both dwarves if you so choose.
I guess my question is, if I use, if I I guess I'm trying to think of a way to do this smart because I want to use my creature to attack. So maybe I could appear behind the dwarves and then summon the creature. Would that be like a good way? Like if I don't know, I don't want to like expose myself. I don't want to run in there Leroy Jenkins style.
Um, as I said, at this point, it is entirely up to you how you want
Okay.
to.
Okay.
So now, as for casting,
and I think this might answer everything. If I summon the creature, does he have to attack from behind?
now hang on just a moment. That's tricksy. I do like the question.
Maybe I'll send him behind and let him do the attacking.
I do like that question. I truly do. Does
A couple years ago, that wasn't the way how it worked. Shade summons just attacked whoever they wanted. They didn't abide by the same afflictions as the Shade Masters did.
correct?
Or Shade
So
Mages.
yes, your shade summons are not bound by your rules. So
Okay.
go ahead.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use a unstained shade to summon the basic contraption,
Yes.
and I'm going to give him the exhaust deal a damage ability. And I guess to be thematic, I'm going to summon him. He's going to kind of coalesce out of the air.
Yes. Now,
And it'll be shaped like a. And I don't know. I guess it'll be shaped like a. Let me think of a cool shape for it. Okay, I mean, go on without me. I'll think of a cool shape.
no, because you still technically have to attack.
Oh, I still have to attack. Okay. I guess it'll look like a scorpion or something, and it'll shoot something out of the stinger at the guy. There you go. That's a good one.
I love it.
I'll exhaust it to deal a damage to one of the dwarves.
Okay. So you hit the dwarf that just lashed out at. Now, which dwarf did you hit? The one attacking?
Well, which one is which one looks like it's more threatening? That's the one I'm going to go for.
Okay.
The one that's near to the
All right.
my buddy over there.
All right, so we're gonna go for the one who is attacking the Death Reaper, who just completely felled his the dwarven comrade just by touching him, apparently. And so, because he was aggressive, he is shot by a scorpion-like contraption shooting shade from its stinger, and the dwarf is hit by the bolt, but he's not exactly stopping yet. You can tell you've hit him and you've dealt damage, but you're not stopping him. He still has toughness. He still has resilience to be overcome. Which brings us to Ardent. Now, Ardent, your Satis, your character is now being tugged from the back as Jare is wide-eyed and staring at what she is seeing and going, "Are you sure you don't know how to kill gods?"
I can't kill them, but I can make them disappear real good. How many free actions can I cast at once?
Play out of spells.
Until you run out of shade.
Oh, excellent. Well, I guess I better draw some shade then. Or are we assuming that we already have it?
No,
We already have it. We drew it. You haven't yet.
you chose to pick up your glaive
It's
rather
true.
than sip and stain the
This
shade.
is true. Okay.
So you may go ahead and do that.
Okay, what do I need to roll for that one then?
Go ahead and take
5d6.
5d6 T2.
5d6 plus 2?
No,
No.
T2.
T2.
I just went with
Oh.
5d6 and looked at the results. Anything with 1 or less didn't count.
Excuse me.
4. So you have 4 stained shade of the purity,
Excellent.
and 1 unstained.
Yes.
Excellent. And that means I can cast Banish 3 times?
So you're banishing 2 dwarves and what else?
Well, there's still a
now,
dwarf there.
well, now remember, Banish is a purity plus X spell,
Oh, yes, so it is.
and the X
What's the plus
determines
X again?
the X determines how many rounds that the target is banished.
Ah, yes. So I need to roll for my X then.
Yes. So, how much shade are you throwing at each target?
1, I guess.
So you're gonna cast it twice?
Well, there's only 2 living dwarves left, right?
Correct.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Begone, thoughts!
Oh. Okay. You raise your hand and a shimmering
Okay,
light
so
banishes.
what's that?
So I'm describing what has occurred. And
Oh,
what has
okay.
occurred is you have raised your hand and cast holy light from it and just completely sent these dwarves into what can only be described as oblivion. Like it's worse. Okay, so you know, Beam Me Up, Scotty. That whole animation where they just go up into the air. It's that same exact animation, except they're flying backward instead of going up.
That works for me.
They look like they've been just blown out into literal oblivion. Meanwhile, Jare behind you just looks at you dumbfounded and says, I'm pretty sure you can kill gods.
Hey, buddy!
Hey.
It's been a long ass time. Sorry, I saw him pop up on chat. I got excited.
Who?
Team Server Nerd.
Oh,
It
hey,
was our old
buddy.
Killigore.
What the hell? Wouldn't
So
post
we
YouTube.
have our blue mage with us. We also have a holy mage, and I'm back again playing black. I am trying to go for the route of death rather than just constant killing. Sort of.
So,
Glad to see you're back.
so Conserva Nerd, look at the chart above. You can now throw in money to throw in your favorite Magic the Gathering card and throw it at the party.
Please, for the love of God, do not throw out any Emrakuls. We could not handle that.
Don't let them lie to you. They can handle anything. They're shade mages. Yes. So Jare, so the dwarves vanish into the air, and Jare is behind you, going, "What the hell are you
I give
people?"
her a wink and click my tongue at her. Gotcha.
And
Do
it
I need
is-
to roll for those X's for those rounds, or is that your deal?
No, you the X's is shade. You paid shade, so you paid two. You paid 2 shade per spell. They'll be gone for a round, and then they'll come back dazed and confused, and you can mop them up then. or however you guys want to finagle that, because none of you knows exactly how your other spells work. Like you just met one another. You're not coordinating any kind of bullshit. You are just flying by the seats of your pants at this point. However, once they disappear in like fashion, Jari's like, we have to save Limbeck. You have to save Limbeck. You have to save Limbeck. And she takes you by the hand and starts trying to pull you down to the left side of the cave structure.
Well, if this Limbeck needs help, I am duty bound to provide aid. Follow me, fellows. There's evil to be thwarted.
So what
I'm just
do
gonna follow along a little distance and just kind of nod and just kind of be quiet.
I'm gonna stay right where I am, waiting for them to get back. I'm already up.
Oh, bullshit. You don't
Actually-
know they're coming back.
They
Shut the
always come
fuck up.
back.
Shut the fuck up. You
No,
don't. No.
seriously
Oh,
though?
no. Give me a knowledge check.
Knowledge. What would my knowledge?
Quit splitting the party, Leroy.
Never. So I have nothing in knowledge, correct? So it's just gonna be the flat 3.
It's going to be a flat 3d6.
Okay.
Why am I not surprised you have nothing in knowledge?
Because I'm not playing blue. Fuck.
What did you roll?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. 13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know enough about purity to know anything about what's going on other than, holy shit, they gone.
Okay. Then that was mostly meant to be a joke. No. I wanted to start pulling out more shade.
Okay, so tap your sip level down to a 3+. Now
Yep.
that would take a whole turn.
That's fine.
Okay, so Ardent Party and and Patriot, you all are deciding to book it down with Jari as she pulls you all down the hall.
Sure.
I'm
Not book it.
going to be a little bit cautious, but you know,
Yeah, that's what I was going
kind
to
of
say.
slowly follow along. Kind of
Okay.
keep my eye on this other death mage in the back here. I'm not, I'm still keeping an eye on him too. I'm not just putting my back to it.
Well, for the moment, the Death Mage seems preoccupied with his breathing technique, shall we say.
While we're slowly making our way down the hall, I don't care how hard she's pulling. I'm going slowly.
Hey,
Mm,
Art, we got him
I
again.
will also. Sorry.
okay, fair. Oh, damn
the
it.
bots.
The bots again. Good
Oh,
lord.
okay, I got it.
For the love of God.
Hide.
So,
Yes. Just 1 second. I'm just doing some brutalizing of some bots.
yes.
And yes, thank you. And let's not do that to conserve a nerd. That one. And that one.
You know what? I
think we're good.
love I love the play-by-play of the BTFOing of sex bots. That is that is based. Anyways, so
Anyway, as I was saying, I'm kind of resisting her attempt to pull me urgently.
okay.
And my left hand is manipulating my devotional beads, and I'm drawing shade as well, if I can draw more. Basically, want to fill up my shade vessel.
Okay, so what we're gonna do with that, since you are moving and trying to draw shade at the same time, go ahead and give me a 1d6 roll.
So as I do this with a +2, what does that do with my drawing of the shade?
We'll get to you in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so you succeed in your half action, which means you successfully sip the shade. Your shade vessel should be from full to 2+ to it's now on 3+.
Okay.
So now, so you're successfully pulling the shade and being pulled by Jare. You're being followed by the blue mage, Patriot. Meanwhile, I canceled the
Leroy.
I canceled the love of his life, Chaos World. Yes, we canceled your sex bot. So sorry. Anyways, so as Leroy is finishing up pulling his shade as a full action, go ahead and roll for us and tell us how much shade you pull, sir.
Okay, so I'm not sure how the SIP score thing actually functions in comparison to against my shade pulling, but my each roll was a 6, a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 3.
Okay, so you got 5 corruption shade. You're fine.
Nice.
So also Ardent Party, give us your shade rolls as well.
May I ask just really quickly, is there anything just outside a game? Is there any like game action I might want to take, like just to be smart or careful, or should I just chill and just do what I'm doing?
You can do whatever you're doing. You will learn over time turn management, shade management. But learning that is honestly part of the fun of the game.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
Ardent Party, you have 3 stained shade and 2 unstained, which is just fine. However, you are being pulled away from Leroy and the blue mage. Or no, the blue mage is coming with you and Jare. Meanwhile, um, the corruption mage, the Leroy Jenkins of the group, has decided to take his sweet time. And because he took his sweet time, in pops the 2 dwarves right next to him. As he took his time concentrating on the shade and making sure that he was drawing deeply from his vessel, he just took a little too long, and lo and behold, 2 dwarves popped next to him.
Yay.
Dazed and confused, you come
Is that their
forth.
names?
Yes, the new dwarves named Dazed and Confused look up in shock and horror at a familiar face. Sort of. Now, so you snapped from your
Did we
deep.
just lose Patriot?
We did just lose Patriot. Holy crap. Patriot, come back. Come
God damn
back.
it, Paige! I didn't cast Banish on you.
I know. Come back, sir.
Party.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
god, my girl. Ah, we're back.
Ah, there he is. There he is. He's back.
Sometimes I start roboting, I've disconnected.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, last we heard, and what you're coming back to, is you might glance back and realize that as Leroy here snaps out of his meditation, 2 dwarves in bright white flashes of light appear right next to the death incarnate Leroy Jenkins. And you're a little too far down the hall to be of any use to him, but the dwarves most certainly do flash back right next to him. And it's Kitty's turn.
I just look at the one who tried to attack me last turn, and I tell him, "You try to do that to me one more time, and you're gonna be just like your buddy, just right over there." As I point to the dead dwarf, giggling just a little, and then I'm going to cast a spell.
Which spell will you be casting?
I'm going to go ahead and apply the spell. Shit, which one is it? Necrotic onto our blue mage.
Okay. You're going to cast Necrotic onto Patriot's character. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Interesting. Interesting. Please continue. As you're doing that, give me an intimidation roll against the dwarf.
Intimidation. Let me see what I have on that. Okay, I've got +7 on that.
Okay.
So 3. Ah, shit. Roll 3d6 plus 7. 18.
All right. He rolled a 17, which essentially means that he shat himself and trembles to the floor. You beat him and you intimidated this poor fuck. He is breaking down, and you just barely broke this man's soul. Like his entire spirit is just defunct. He's looking at his hapless dead companion on the floor, sobbing.
Ebony and ivory.
Alright,
Oh,
cool. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with the next character's turn.
okay.
Oh, that's glorious.
So the next dwarf does a resilience check. We're gonna see how well he maintains his composure. And he doesn't. He had to pass at least a 15, and he rolled 11. So,
Looks it like a scalded cat.
yeah, he sees his friend lose faith. He also looks at his dead comrade with thick black veins just coursing all over, and it's not just his legs anymore. It's all over. His eyes have just sunken into his skull, and they are mourning the death of their friend and uh, the depth of their cowardice. They are ashamed of themselves at this point. They're not mad, they're just disappointed, and it is just tragic all around. They are broken dwarves. A sad day for the dwarven race. As in fact, one of them in absolute despair just takes takes a knife from out of their pouch and just starts cutting their beard off. This is
Oh
how
damn, we broke him bad.
this is how broken you've done the dwarves. So now, Kitty, you now have a choice as to how you will approach now. Will you finish them off, or will you show 'em, well, somewhat mercy?
No, we
What?
both know I can't do that. We entered combat. I have to leave no survivors. So what I'm gonna try to do first is I'm going to talk to the one that just said no. Bowing down to me essentially. I'm gonna tell him, he can save his buddy. I'm probably gonna want to roll deception for this one, or something of that kind. I want to tell him he can save his buddy, and tell me everything I need to know, or he can kill himself, or he can watch as his buddy dies in front of him before I kill him. I am going to just destroy these guys.
Okay, give me one moment.
Am I out of earshot?
You know
No.
what, Arden? Give me perception.
Oh sure, yeah. This is the one I'll roll all sixes on. You watch.
You heard it. You heard it.
Oh dear.
You heard that shit from a mile away. Your spidey senses tingled, and your balls started to sing at you. You are nice and tucked, like you are ready to go.
Oh dear.
You heard the words fall from his lips, and instantly your protective instincts are in high
Yeah.
gear. You are revved up, ready to go, and it's going to be interesting. This
I
is
stop and okay. I stop in place and I turn my head, look over my shoulder at the death mage, and I go, "There's no need to kill them at this point. They're already defeated."
Must be my friend. There is plenty of reason for me to kill both of these men.
now as the
I
words
turn on my heel.
now
And start
hang on.
walking back.
Now, hang on. Before you turn back, both
Okay.
dwarves, as they're mid shaving themselves, hear that they've been called men. And they stop and look at you and go, "Excuse me, sir." And
Oh.
both draw their pickaxes and lunge.
At me?
No, no. You are not the one who called them men.
Oh dear.
Get upset!
And the one who you didn't intimidate says the following phrase, "Ye filthy mensch," and just swings at you with all he has.
Right. I finish spinning on my heel, and I simply stand still to watch.
All right,
cool.
he rolled a 16 against your I believe it was perception.
Yeah. Let me see what I got.
Yes, when you insult a dwarf's racial integrity, they do get PMS +5, indeed.
20.
And you countered. And the dwarf gets an oh shit look on his face as he accepts what comes next.
So this is another 3d6.
But he's not mad. He's not mad.
I don't think he's going to have time to get mad.
No. Let me find out where it's at again. Streetwise is okay, +10. 23. And that's going up against his bluff.
Oh, it doesn't matter. His roll is the same.
Okay.
So, not in character. This is a bit of a mechanics question.
Okay.
What's the equivalent to a natural 1 in this game?
A 3.
Oh. That's going to be a lot more common than a natural 1.
No, it's not. Because that's 3d6 rolling 1 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, and then
So he fails horribly. Your attack cuts through. Roll for damage. Okay. So you dealt 3 damage, which means you dealt a single wound. He is
Okay.
exhausted, and his friend is going to avenge him. A pathetic 9. Can you beat it? Now remember that this is your perception.
Definitely.
Oh, fuck.
Ouch.
I
As-
believe the active term here is thump.
Well, no, because I can't counterattack that one. That was I only
As-
had 1 reaction per round.
Now, as the interesting part is that as his war pick hits your scythe, he just slumps his head, pulls out the knife, and just starts shaving his beard again. That's what's going on right now. Just so you know.
All right, cool. Is it back to my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So let me read how this actually works again, because whenever you deal damage in combat. Okay, so I have to attack in order for that to trigger.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the one who is shaving himself by whatever hair he has above his head, and I'm going to try to shove him towards the corpse of his buddy and tell him he has one last chance.
Okay. Give me an intimidation roll.
Awesome.
Actually, no. Wait. Hang on. Say that again. You're grabbing him and throwing him towards his friend.
So what I'm doing is so to describe it to you as best as I actually can is I'm grabbing him by the hair and I am shoving him while keeping a tight grip on his hair directly over the dead dwarf's body and telling him he has one last chance.
Okay. All right. So how this is gonna work is you are going to make an unarmed skill check.
Unarmed skill check, so that's going to be my bluff.
Okay.
Roll 1d10. What was my bluff sitting at? 10. Okay. Or 1d10. But good God. 3d6 plus 10. 19.
Hey, he only gets a 12. He pitifully, vainly resists your assault upon his person. And since you succeeded, you get a +5 situational bonus to your intimidation roll, which you are going to roll at this time.
Roll 3d6 plus 5, and then my intimidation is 7, so that's 13. 21.
He tells you everything you want to know. He spills his guts. His life, his spirit is broken. His life is in ruins. He has nothing to live for. He will not be seeing Valhalla at this point. Like he has no future in the afterlife in his mind. Like we are talking completely broken and just gone.
Cool.
He has
First question
nothing
I
left to
want
live for.
First question I want to ask him is, who are his gods?
They are the glowing ones. They demand a regular sacrifice of water.
Okay. Why do these gods need this water?
Why would we question the gods? We have always had the gods, so long as we can remember. There have always been the gods.
But nearly any religion has a reason for the things they do. Why
Oh
do you have to
no!
sacrifice?
No. This is you don't understand that this is not a book. This is not a vain ritual. Our glowing ones come to us and take our water.
Okay. How do we find the glowing ones?
Um, we He looks genuinely confused. He knows that the glowing ones show up regularly, but he doesn't. I don't know. And he's being genuine. He's just a soldier. He has no insider baseball on that whatsoever.
Okay. I'm gonna follow it with, you said these gods, you said these gods come regularly.
Uh-huh.
When do you suspect their next visit should be?
Oh, either soon. It should be soon. Yes, soon.
Good. Now, as with
Good
all
God, you
good
broke him all the way
murderers-
down to Gully Dwarf.
Now,
I was gonna ask. Is there any way I can make like a religion check or anything? Is there any way I would know any of this stuff?
On this realm, it wouldn't really help you.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at this. Give me a general religion check. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Will I do the same?
Yes, if you wish.
Okay.
I might as well.
All right, so Patriot rolled a 22. I'm waiting for Ardent as well. Kitty rolled a 22. Try again. It's exclamation roll.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Oh, you
I
don't
didn't
need
get
this.
it.
You know, Ardent, the holy monk, skipped Sunday school.
That's
So
true.
that's canonized, by the way. So both the white and the black mage look over to this dwarf in complete incredulity. Most religions do not have living gods. What do you mean they come and take your water physically? This warrants investigation. This breaks the mold. The idea that there's an actual entity coming to take something physically from you in a religious context is something that is, well, foreign to most actual faiths and religions. So, you find this peculiar, and it makes you curious as to the actual nature of these gods, as it were. Would you like to ask him anything else?
Yes, I was actually headed down this same path myself anyways. Um so
Ardent, however, wants to meet these gods and shake their hand.
yeah.
Okay, so just
When these gods are supposed to come next, they are going to take your water. You know not why they choose to take your water. You seem to hardly know what they look like other than the fact that they glow. So this will be my last question. For a man to have such strong faith in these gods, and with such little information you were able to provide for me, I'm going to ask you, where should we go next to search for these gods?
oh,
Failure to answer. I do want to add into this, sorry. Failure to answer will lead to your death.
when you add that last part, he looks up at you with the biggest puppy dog eyes and just bites his lips and holds his mouth firmly shut.
Can I try using diplomacy or something? Try, being the good cop and try to be the nice guy.
I would like to go ahead and go after him and put my blade up to his throat after he does his attempt.
Oh, as soon as you do that, he just vigorously nods his head, going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can go ahead and try to do your diplomacy here. Go ahead. What's your best?
Sorry, I guess I'll roll.
No, so you gotta talk first. You gotta explain what
I
it is
gotta
you're trying
talk
to do.
Okay. I was just gonna say, this guy's. I think this guy's about to kill you. Come on, man. Do us a favor. Let it. Kill him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your diplomacy. Mind you, the threshold for this is going to be like 25 plus, okay? This dwarf wants to die.
Full waiting for diplomacy, I guess.
You just missed it.
Wait, hold on. You can't pay shade into it. You can't pay shade to buff it if you want.
Yeah, all right, sure. I'll pay one.
Okay, so you're paying shade after the fact. Okay, so
I I don't want to mess with it. I don't really like whatever's gonna work best. So
Oh, no,
I
no.
don't want to make trouble.
It will work either way. It is completely your choice.
You know what? I'm not gonna spend the shade. If my diplomacy doesn't work, I'm just gonna let the guy do it. Yes.
As,
Oh,
as soon as you reaffirm the fact that he is going to die, he just proudly smile on his face, keeps his mouth shut, and his eyes are glistening with hope of release from this world.
I can hear
Alright.
all this, right?
yeah,
Yes.
you're able to hear most of
Okay.
this.
Yes.
Can I interrupt at this point?
Yeah.
I
Please.
say, one moment, fellows. Let me have a word with him. And I walk back, dragging Jare if need be. When I get up close, I kind of motion the other two away. I lean in right next to his ear and I whisper, "If you don't tell us what we need to know, I will shave you bald before I let my friend take your life."
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. Roll me an intimidation with a +5 bonus. Go
Oh,
for
good, because that's the only bonus I'm going to get.
it. Pure roleplay bonus right here.
1d6.
3d6,
Oh.
sir. Try again.
Plus
Um,
5 plus your intimidation bonus. So if your
There is no
intimidation is
intimidation
flat 0, don't
bonus.
worry about it. That should be above your heal. No. Where is your intimidation?
Right there?
It's under your insight.
There we go.
Okay. You just barely made it.
Yeah, well, you know.
You watch his smile break and crack as it goes into the deepest, saddest frown, and you need to ban the bots again.
Oh, for
Pardon,
God's
that's all you,
sakes.
buddy.
I got it.
So you see this smiling, happy, convicted dwarf just completely crumble as the last stage of his humiliation. The last thing he had before he leaves this world is ripped from his dignity and his soul as he realizes, crap, I cannot let them have this. And so, with a heavy, gut-wrenching soul, he just utters one word: the hall.
That's 2 words.
Fine. 3 words: the Great Hall.
Awesome.
Which way?
Cool. I'll let you guys take it from here. I will
He
shove him their way.
he literally just sneers at you and points further down the right corridor.
So away from whoever Limpek is.
Yes.
Okay. I look at my two parent companions and say, "Gentlemen, we have a choice to make. Jare here wants me to save Limpek, who is apparently that way. And this great hall is in the other direction, which I assume will have more soldiers. What will we do?"
I will interject with, well, I'm not sure about you two, and I am making this loud enough for the dwarves to hear, but I have to kill these two. I have no way around it. It will go through fruition. Either way we go, having the extra body might just help. At the same token, I am not sure how long he will survive if we take him too soon. So, I will let you guys do with it as you will, and I will prepare for an attack.
Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. Violence's life has now been given a wrench, so she can assist in the ban hammering of the bots. Smash
Thank
away,
you.
dear. Smash away. So, what does the party do at this point?
So our dark creeper guy has stepped more down the right hall or the right path and is waiting for an
getting
attack.
close- I'm getting ready to attack, and I've made it clear that I'm getting ready to go towards the. After I'm done here, I'm making it towards down the hall. That is what my plan looks like, and it is clear that that is my plan.
I really wish you hadn't said you had to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I pick up the blue guy's name yet? No, I don't think so.
I picked up either of our names yet.
Yeah. Okay. I look up at both of you. I think at this point, gentlemen, we might as well tell each other our names. You already know mine, but I'll repeat it if you need.
Right.
For I am.
Your faith, the holy fucked up name. Got it.
Yes.
What about you, Blue Mage?
You may call me Will.
Will. Nice to meet you, Will. My name is Seth. And as you see, Mr. Holy Man, we do have separate paths in our wake. You come from a holy background. I come from one where I worship death. It is my best
Sinner.
friend. Really? I'm pretty sure I saw you draw some magic not too long ago.
Yes, and I
You're
will
running down the
pay.
same path.
I will pay penance for my sins.
Farewell. Farewell.
And unfortunately, my oaths to my gods require me to defend this man now that he is, or this dwarf now that he is defenseless, helpless, and unable to prevent you from harming him.
Good save.
This may be true, but he did come to attack. Whether or not you have to defend him, he has to die. Now, if you try to interact in this in any way in their favor, it will hurt you as well. Someone will have to get involved, and we will both suffer.
So at this point, I take a moment and ponder. Can I roll a perception check to determine whether or not that dwarf would be capable of defending himself at this point?
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
3d6 and pan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's better than I expected.
Yeah. The dwarf does not look like he can defend himself. However, he is a sturdy dwarf. There's a chance. But that's about it. There's just a chance.
I look at the dwarf and I say, "You should run right now." And I step between him and Seth.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to end today's session. It's been about 2 hours. No, it's been about 2 hours. Mrs. Carnal has been very, very patient, and it's been a good session. I'm very happy with how this played out. We had good art. We've had good role play. We've had good engagement. This has been amazing. So everyone, share this stream, and next time y'all come in, let's throw some more shade at the players. They need some more shenanigans. This has been amazing. So when we come back, the party's gonna.
No. What's about to happen?
No. When we come back, y'all are gonna start throwing shade at each other, and that's how. That is how we're gonna start. That is how we're gonna start the next session.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in. This is an exciting campaign, and it's off to a spicy start. Thank you, everyone. Stay carnal and God bless. Oh, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Before I freaking
Yeah.
forget,
Let's shill everything, shall we?
there is a free PDF for character creation in the description of this video. Download it, join in this Discord server, make your character, and maybe you can jump in on the next session. We will work you in. So, get it done. And by the way, the next session we're gonna try and do this on Roll20. I'm gonna do my homework and get on Roll20 and get that done. But in all seriousness, it's been 2 hours. This is the perfect place to pause before the players throw shade at each other, and we are
Before
going.
you shut us down,
Yes,
grab a few links and throw in chat.
absolutely. Go for it, sir. And
Okay,
you
so
you
this is
and you have a wrench, so you can throw in links. No one else can because I'm sick of the bot shit. Um, which is odd because they didn't drop links.
I think their name is like a link. I think that's
Yeah.
how they do it. Like they expect
Awesome.
people to click the
Thanks,
name.
Arden.
no worries.
So Arden's gonna drop links for Kitty, for everyone else involved, and yeah. So we are going to. Who else are we shilling tonight, Arden?
Let's see. We can shill for Christopher Everard's channel. We can shill for Trim's Art Shack. We can shill for the Sultans of Chatelet.
Throw
we can
them
shill
all
for
in.
Discordia 3052.
Throw
oh no,
them all.
God no. They'll
Well-
be here forever. I had to hunt these down on Discord, man.
Look, if you, I will not get in the way of you simping for Discordia. Like,
I'm not simping. I already got punished for even suggesting the idea that I might flirt with her. Gods.
what's he gonna do? Go ape on you?
Well, I don't know. He might attempt to give
What's-
me pox of some kind or something.
What's he gonna do? Is Based Ape gonna chimp out?
Oh, Violence shared us to Quarter Black Garrett's Discord. Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you, Violence. That is epic, and hopefully we get picked up because
Who
nerd.
else did I miss?
Dude, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Nerdrotic. He's awesome. So we're gonna try and get that done. Thou shalt not simp. True, very true, very based.
Patriot, did you have anything you wanted to simp? Or, sorry, shill? oh, God. I'll never live that one down.
The headcanon is now shilling is simping. Good God. What have you done,
Yay.
Arden? What have
I
you
rolled
done?
a 1 on that one. Patriot, did you have anything you wanted to shill?
Actually, if anybody wants to give me a follow on here, I do plan to start streaming again.
Okay. Did you want to shoot me your link in text chat and I'll throw it up for you?
You know what? Just people want to click on my name in the YouTube chat. Just give me a follow on there. I'll have a link ready for next time.
Okay. Throw a message in there so they have something to click on now.
Okay.
Oh, I can see you there now already. Never mind.
All right.
My apologies.
No problem.
Okay, so I guess that's it. For the very last thing from me, I'd like to offer a disclaimer that no actual dwarves, living or dead, were harmed in the making of this show.
All right. And with that, everybody, stay carnal and God bless. Good night.